Back them up. Well, I'm now joined by expert in business IT, Jamal Ahmed. Jamal, hello to you.
Good afternoon, Bill. How are you?
All right, thank you very much. Now, these conspiracy theories about new technologies, they're always popular, aren't they? But why has this one in particular gained more traction?
I think this one's gained in particular more traction because it coincides at the same time as coronavirus. Now, Rishi Sunak spoke about using common sense in our approach to fighting this coronavirus in his press conference today. And when we look at the myths of 5G contributing to coronavirus, we can dispel and debunk any of those myths. So the first thing we know for a fact is in 2018, 5G was first rolled out to South Korea and the US. Now, we initially found out about coronavirus at the back end of 2019. So if 5G had anything to do with coronavirus, we would have known about it in as early as 2018. Now, secondly, 5G is prevalent in communities where there is a higher concentration. So it makes sense that 5G masts would first be put up where people are more populated, such as cities. And because the 5G towers are there, people are making the false assertion that 5G towers equals coronavirus. If there's a population that's more densely populated, such as in cities, it's more likely there's going to be a greater cases of coronavirus in those cities because of the density of the population. Right. And it also makes sense for telephone networks to put up their 5G masts there. Now, more importantly, what we need to understand is 5Gs work on radio waves and they have no impact on any virus developments. We know from scientific fact that this virus spreads through water droplets that come through our saliva and then absorbs into our mucous membrane. 5G plays no impact on that whatsoever. The electromagnetic waves have no correspondence or have anything to do with the droplets that travel of an infected person that has coronavirus. And also, if we look at countries like Iran and Japan, who don't even have any 5G, we see there are high numbers of people that have already been infected with the coronavirus in those places.
You've done a brilliant job debunking the myth altogether. But, of course, part of the appeal linking this theory to the virus is that Wuhan in China, where indeed the virus started, was a trial centre for 5G. So you can potentially see why people are jumping on this.
Yeah, I mean, we can see why people are jumping on this, and people like to put two and two together, and sometimes they come up with something that's greater than four. Now, if we look at Wuhan, that is not the only place or the only site in China where 5G was tested. And in fact, what we have is people sharing videos of fake news of people taking down a lamppost in apparently what is Wuhan because that's contributing to coronavirus. Actually, that video of the people taking down that lamppost with a smart meter is from the Hong Kong protests a long time earlier. So people are taking video and people are taking information and falsifying it to spread fake news. And the most important thing is that there is no scientific evidence whatsoever that 5G has contributed or causes any kind of harm towards people or spreads any kind of viral infections. Now, the International Commission on Non-Ionizing Radiation Protection, as late as 13th of March 2020, they said the protections that they had put in place and the restrictions they had put in place almost 22 years ago in 1998, they reviewed those and they said they're still appropriate for 5G and the use of 5G, and people are not exposed to any kind of radiation that is likely to be harmful for them.
Jamal, good of you to join us. Thank you very much indeed for all of that. Jamal Ahmed.